about some things that people don't want to tell you in Africa. It is so pathetic that they told us that Mogopak discovered River Niger. For those of you from Nigeria or West Africa, they told you that Mary Slessor stopped the killing of twin babies in West Africa. But there are stories that make up Africa that nobody have told us. And that is why we believe so much in the lies that the Europeans have told us. Now let me give you one small story. You can go and expand on it. We keep saying that the Europeans are the problems that we have in Africa. And our brothers will say, no, what is the business of the Europeans in Africa? No. It's not the Europeans. The black man is the problem of the black man. No. The black man has no problem with the black man. Every evil that the black man does was learned. They taught us how to do bad. Now, why do I say something like this? There is no problem that is not caused by the white man. I don't want to dwell on something that has to do with my own country. I don't want to talk to us about something that happened years back in Morocco. You know, in Morocco, years back, there was a war that lingered for a long time. These same Europeans that are parading themselves that they are war powers could not even, battle our brothers, just one tribe in Morocco, the Berber tribe. They could not battle them, they could not win them. Now what happened? There is a war that in history, it is said that is the Rif War. The Rif tribe or Rifians or the Barbarian tribe of Morocco had this war with the Spanish, people for years. But now what you ask yourself, why were the Moroccans and the Barbarians, the Spanish people fighting? Why did the Spanish people left or leave Morocco, Spain, and come to Africa to fight us? Doesn't make sense, does it? But now let me give you what happened. There is a place in northern Nigeria that we have been having insecurity. And they said that since the day Californium was discovered in Chibok, then trouble started in Chibok. They have to sack everybody from that community. And who is the people sacking them? I understand that you can tell that. Now, the real story of the Rif War is that this war started since 1859 and lingered till 1926. If you check it, that is about 67 years or thereabout. Now, why would Spain fight a tribe in Morocco, what is now known as Morocco, for 67 years? Look at it, it's very simple. There is this iron ore was discovered in Morocco, the mountainous regions of Morocco. Then the Spanish people were, exploring it. While they were exploring it, the French, or France were like also picking from the crumbs that was falling out of, Spanish exploration of the iron ore in Morocco. Then the Barbarian tribe that takes no nonsense said, no, we are not going to accept this at a point. Then it becomes a trouble that the owner of the land says, I don't want you to do this to me. Then it becomes a problem. These same Europeans that are going about preaching, human rights to us, upside down human rights. Then the war broke out, in 1859 and stretched. They received beating, defeat constantly. In fact, there is one devastating one that happened in 1921. when our brother, Prim, if I don't pronounce that word, well, but he will forgive me, gave them a devastating blow and unleashed Spain in, Morocco. But when he felt that he has, gotten chunk of the victory, he decided to take out the rest of the Europeans, in Morocco. Then he went to attack the French, all the France installations in Morocco or in the Barbarian tribe of Morocco. He decided to attack them. Now, when he did that, in the history, they say that, oh, France came and played the big brother role. That was what stabilized, Morocco and all that. But nobody tells you the truth. The truth is that instead of them to lose or leave Africa or leave the land to the owners of the land, they now went and recruit. France, helped them to coordinate all Europe. The entire Europe joined forces to fight just one tribe in Morocco, what is now known as Morocco. In fact, when our brother won, or defeated these Spanish people, there was a republic, a Riffian republic that was established. So now, France went and united with all other, both Germany, Tunisia, not even Tunisia, all these other European countries, all of them, they all contributed soldiers. They came to fight, they took, the Barbarians or the Riffians, whatever you call them, the northern Morocco by surprise. Imagine that even America, that you people said, oh, these people are from God, they are God sent, had to join forces with the Europeans to fight just one tribe. Today they are making, mouth that they are world leaders. They show us in films, that they manufacture weapons that can unleash us and do this and do that. They put fear in us that we can't even fight for our rights. But all these are lies, fabricated lies. When the Americans, the Europeans, they all fought because they just wanted what is in the land of Africa. How did it end? They unleashed or dislodged our own brothers. They asked them, they said they called a truce at the point. Then the republic was dissolved. They now name it whatever they feel like. Okay, now, why I am telling this story is because the African child seems not to even know what has happened yesterday. We only know what happened today. We only believe that, we just believe that, it is the Europeans who actually has, everything. They brought civilization to us. How can you have it in your head that Europeans brought civilization to Africa? Or that the Europeans killed the civilization of Africa, the first civilization on earth? You read in your history book or your religious book that, civilization started in Africa. How then did civilization now left Africa and become a European thing? Don't you think something is wrong? So we need to ask ourselves questions, or we need to come together and take away, the hand of the monkey that is in the soup, because it's already looking like the hand of a man. The only way to recover Africa is for us to take away the hand of the Europeans from Africa. The African people are killing, the Europeans are killing Africa. You all hear when, there were some military takeovers, in some countries in Africa. And the first thing that France did was to begin to rally around in Africa that, we must sustain democracy. Are we talking about democracy, or we're talking about good leadership? You all know what has been happening to our brother in Burkina Faso since he decided that, oh, let us fix Africa. The only thing that has been happening is that they just want to eliminate, Traore. Have you asked yourself why? For those of us that is from a rich country like Nigeria, we look at Burkina Faso as a small country that doesn't really have, much. So why are the Europeans so bent on, being their presence there? Is anybody begging them to be there? These people that are denying you visa, that are making life miserable for you even when you are in their place, what is it that is on this African land that is making them to be here? Is it by force to live together? We don't have leaders. We don't have representatives. We have, wicked people in Africa, and they are the ones sponsoring them. And that is why they have made their currency to be larger than our own currency. Have you imagined that? That if I get $1, I will convert it to thousands of naira in my country, in Nigeria. I don't know what is happening in your own country. But as a Pan-Africanist, I am saying that wherever you are as an African, whether you are in the US, you are among those that were kidnapped from here, they say we are slaves, you better wake up and now let us retrieve Africa from these people. Have you thought of the kind of life that you want to live for your children? Have you thought about the kind of life, if you wake up tomorrow, that you want Africa to be? How can we have all heaven and earth and we are suffering? Imagine that the Spanish people took our land in Morocco. They took the land of Africa. If you go to Ceuta and Melilla in Morocco, the Spanish people, that was the game. They took our land. And if you go to Spain, Morocco today, those places are heavily, what do you call it? Fortified militarily. So even if there is going to be, like a little commotion tomorrow between the Africans and the Europeans, they already have a military base in Africa. Why is it that our leaders are not talking about it? What is Europe doing in Africa? What is Europe doing in Manila? What is Europe doing in Ceuta? What is Europe doing in Africa? Claiming all the coastal regions of Morocco. And all African leaders kept quiet. When we have one good leader, they will kill him. Up till now, African leaders have not told us why they killed Gaddafi. Is there not something wrong with us? They carry religion and dash us. If truly God was in heaven, in paradise, will these Europeans sell it to us the way they did, freely? But I'm not saying about arguing about God, because me, I know that my own God exists. The one that created my ancestors exists. But I'm asking you, if truly is that the way they created it, will they hand it over to us that way? So they took our land, they fortified it militarily. Britain, when the war was happening, they decided not to be part of it, but they didn't want the Germans to gain, access to Morocco. So instead, they numbly supported Spain and used France from the other side, so that France will be, a lukewarm, supporter, and somehow France toppled Spain in the whole game. Then they said, oh, that France came to play the big brother because of the iron ore, because of the mineral resource or resources that is in our land. There is nothing. They don't have our interest for anything. You go to anywhere they are fighting, go to DR Congo, DRC, whatever you call it. It's the same thing every corner of Africa. When you speak as a leader, they will say, oh, let us go and kill him. How many of Africans are you going to kill? Now that the gods of Africa is awake, how many are you going to kill? So if you're an African child, wherever you find yourself, whatever experience you think you have, whatever is your academic status, what we are saying is we need to come back to Africa. They make our land so miserable that everybody wants to jump out. Everybody wants to run to their place, to the heaven. Meanwhile, the resources that is building the earth, that is keeping the earth beautiful, is from Africa. Our technologies, everything, they run it down. Our religion, they run it down. Anything in Africa, they run, even our names, they run it down. Why? How long are we going to do this? I am looking at a country like Nigeria where we have over 250 million people. But look at the people keeping us in cage. Britain is just 63 million. Now, if you take 63 million from 250 million, how much? What volume of people do you have? Now, Britain maintained a place after the war, the Reef War of Morocco, or before the Reef War. Britain took the other side of the water, which they call the Strait of Gibraltar. But have you asked yourself who were the original occupants of Strait of Gibraltar? I'm sure those of you that are, historians, you know what happened. I'm sure there was a war between the same Spain and, what do you call it, Britain, which happened, sometimes maybe by, 1462 or thereabout. And there was one side, handing over to the other. And before then, the original inhabitants of that place who were they, by the time we begin to unfold, you understand what the Europeans have done to African people. They will tell you, oh, the people that were living there were the Moors. Who were the Moors? What is Moor? The Moors are just simply, what do you call it, Islamic invaders. But before Islam was created, who were living there? Before Islam gained momentum, who were living there? My dear brothers and sisters, as Africans, while I am trying to do my work, like before too, I decided to speak to us. Africa, we need to wake up. Welcome to the Truth TV. You have every right to say what you feel, what you think. Whether I said something that is not supposed to be the truth, you have every right to come and tell us. We want to unearth the real story of Africa, bit by bit. Thank you. Thank you. We'll meet again to discuss.